If you've ever started the day feeling a little slower, a little weaker, or just not quite yourself, you're not alone. Many of us over 60 experience that quiet frustration of getting out of bed and wondering where our strength went. But what if we told you there's a surprisingly easy way to help our bodies feel stronger in the morning, and it starts the night before? That's right. While we sleep, our bodies are busy repairing muscles and restoring energy. And all they need is the right kind of fuel before bed. No pills, no workouts, just simple, natural foods that quietly help us rebuild as we rest. In this video, we'll show you 4 easy bedtime foods that can make a real difference. Foods you probably already have in your kitchen. They're safe, affordable, and take less than 5 minutes to prepare. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to Elderly Health, and stay with us to the end. These tips aren't complicated, but they are powerful. And the final food on the list? It's the one that surprises most people the most.
You've probably heard that we lose muscle as we get older. It's true, and it has a name: sarcopenia. Sarcopenia starts quietly, sometimes as early as our 40s, and picks up speed after 60. Every year, we can lose up to 1% of our muscle mass if we're not actively protecting it. That might not sound like much, but over time it adds up, and suddenly simple things like getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries become harder than they used to be. Why does this happen? As we age, several things change in our bodies. We become less sensitive to protein, meaning our muscles don't rebuild as easily from small amounts. Hormones that support muscle growth, like testosterone and growth hormone, naturally decline. Inflammation increases, often silently, making recovery slower and muscle breakdown faster. And our appetite tends to shrink, meaning we sometimes don't eat enough of the right foods to support our muscles. But here's the hopeful news: sarcopenia is not a life sentence. We can slow it down, and even reverse it, with the right strategies. And one of the simplest, most overlooked strategies is what we eat before we go to sleep. Why before bed? Because nighttime is when our bodies do their deep repair work. During sleep, especially deep sleep, our muscles go into recovery mode. They rebuild tissue, restore strength, and prepare for the day ahead. But, and this is key, they can't do that without the right raw materials. That's where bedtime nutrition comes in. Think of it like this: if your muscles are construction workers fixing up your body, then protein, vitamins, and minerals are the building supplies. If you don't give them the right tools before bed, they'll still show up to work, but they won't have anything to work with. By adding just a small nutrient-rich snack before bed, we're giving our bodies what they need to maintain strength, protect balance, and support independence. This isn't about heavy meals or big changes. It's about smart, gentle fuel that works with our body's natural rhythms. Let's change that. With just a few small bites each night, we can help our bodies repair, rebuild, and stay strong. And that's exactly what the next chapters are all about.
Let's start with something sweet and simple: kiwi.
This fuzzy little fruit might look small, but inside it holds powerful benefits for sleep, recovery, and morning energy. We first heard about its effects from George, 74, a retired teacher and avid crossword puzzler. George often tossed and turned at night. By morning, he said he felt like he'd slept on a rock. His legs were stiff, and even walking to the kitchen felt like a task. We encouraged him to try 2 kiwis an hour before bed for 2 weeks. That was it.
No piles, no suppléments, juste fruits.
By the second week, George had something new to report. I fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and when I get up, I feel lighter. My legs feel like they're mine again, he told us.
All from one small Betty Mabi.
So what makes kiwi so helpful? First, kiwi naturally contains melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep. Many folks take melatonin as a supplement, but getting it from food may work more gently and effectively. A kiwi is also packed with antioxidants like vitamin C and E, which fight inflammation and help reduce that morning stiffness we often feel. It contains potassium, which helps with muscle contractions and prevents leg cramps, especially helpful if you wake up in the middle of the night with one of those awful Charlie horses. And here's a bonus: despite its sweetness, kiwi has a low glycemic index, so it won't spike your blood sugar. That makes it safe and smart for people managing diabetes or watching their blood pressure. How to enjoy it. Peel 2 ripe kiwis and enjoy them slowly, about an hour before bed. Eat them as a quiet, relaxing ritual, maybe while reading a book or listening to calming music. You'll be sending your body a gentle signal: it's time to rest, rebuild, and recover. And remember, no fancy prep required. It's simple, natural, and backed by real results. For many older adults, this little green fruit is a small step toward much stronger mornings. When you think of eggs, your mind probably jumps to breakfast. But here's the surprise: eggs might actually be one of the best nighttime foods for seniors who want to stay strong and balanced.
Oui, Méline, 68, Troyes Community Wellness Group.
She was always smiling, but she told us that every morning felt like she had jelly for legs. Getting out of bed, walking across the room, it all took more energy than it should. We suggested 1 soft-boiled egg before bed each night.
Nothing fancy, nothing complicated.
2 weeks later, Lean had something to share. I didn't expect much, she said. But now when I get up, I feel grounded. My balance is better, and my legs aren't trembling anymore. Why do eggs work so well? Eggs are a complete protein source, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids our muscles need to repair and grow. They're particularly rich in leucine, an amino acid that flips the switch for muscle protein synthesis. In simple terms, it tells our muscles, it's time to rebuild. Or as we age, our bodies don't respond to protein as efficiently as they used to. That's why seniors need slightly more high-quality protein, and eggs deliver. Eggs also provide vitamin D, which is essential for muscle coordination and strength, especially if we don't spend a lot of time in the sun. Air and choline found in eggs help support brain and nerve function, critical for balance and movement. Worried about cholesterol? We hear this often. The truth is, for most people, 1 egg per day does not raise the risk of heart disease. In fact, eggs may help raise HDL, the good cholesterol. How to enjoy them? We recommend a soft-boiled or poached egg, cooked gently in water or a touch of olive oil. Avoid frying or adding too much salt, which can irritate your stomach or impact blood pressure. A warm egg before bed gives your body the fuel it needs to restore overnight, and it's one of the easiest proteins to chew and digest. Eggs may be small, but when it comes to nighttime muscle recovery, they're one of the most powerful tools we've got. So next time you're winding down, skip the cookies and consider reaching for an egg instead. Your body will thank you in the morning. Now let's talk about a food that's easy to overlook, but packed with powerful benefits. Pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitas, might be small, but they're loaded with nutrients that are especially helpful at night. Harold, 72, is a retired gardener who's always kept an active lifestyle. But recently, he told us he'd been waking up every morning with tightness in his legs and hips. It wasn't that he was sore from overworking, he just didn't feel rested. We looked at his bedtime habits and noticed something was missing: magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that plays a huge role in helping our muscles relax. Without enough of it, muscles can stay tense, even while we sleep. That's why some people wake up feeling sore or tight, even after a full night of rest. We asked Harold to try a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds before bed. Within a week, he said he could feel the difference. "I'm sleeping deeper," he told us. "And I don't wake up feeling like I've been clenching my legs all night." Here's why pumpkin seeds are a smart bedtime choice. They're packed with magnesium, which helps your muscles relax and improves sleep quality. They contain tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the body create serotonin and melatonin, key chemicals for sleep. They offer around 7 grams of plant-based protein per ounce, helping feed your muscles through the night. The healthy fats in pumpkin seeds slow digestion, giving you a steady release of nutrients overnight. They're also a rich source of zinc, important for healing, immune support, and hormone balance, especially for men. How to enjoy them? Eat just 1 to 2 tablespoons of unsalted pumpkin seeds 30 to 60 minutes before bed. You can munch on them plain or sprinkle them over a little plain Greek yogurt if you want an extra boost of protein. Some people like to gently toast them in a dry pan to bring out the flavor, but raw is just fine too. One important tip: go easy on the portion size. These seeds are nutritious, but they're also calorie-dense. A small amount goes a long way. And remember to choose unsalted varieties, especially if you're watching your blood pressure. Think of pumpkin seeds as a quiet little helper, easy to add to your evening, but powerful enough to help you sleep better and wake up stronger. Finally, let's talk about a food that often gets overlooked, but it may be the most powerful of all: cottage cheese. This humble, no-fuss dairy food is one of the best choices for supporting muscle health while you sleep. We met Martha, 76, during a community health seminar. She mentioned how climbing stairs had become difficult and getting out of the car took more effort than it used to. She wasn't interested in complicated diets or intense exercise, but she was open to trying something simple. We recommended she add just a few spoonfuls of cottage cheese to her nightly routine. 3 weeks later, Martha had great news. "It's like my body finally got the memo," she said. "I wake up feeling more stable. My legs don't feel like they're working against me anymore." Why cottage cheese works so well? It contains casein, a type of protein that digests slowly, perfect for feeding your muscles gradually throughout the night. It's rich in leucine, the same muscle-supporting amino acid we talked about with eggs. It's naturally low in carbohydrates, making it a smart choice for people watching their blood sugar. It doesn't require cooking or prep, just open the container, grab a spoon, and you're set. Here's how it helps your body. When we sleep, our bodies still need fuel to repair and restore. But if there's not enough protein in our system, our bodies may actually start breaking down muscle tissue to use for energy. That's the last thing we want, especially after 60. Cottage cheese provides a steady stream of amino acids to prevent that breakdown and support overnight healing. How to enjoy it? Eat 2 to 4 tablespoons of plain, low-fat, or 1% cottage cheese about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. You can enjoy it on its own or mix in a few slices of banana, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or even leftover kiwi for flavor. If you're concerned about sodium, look for low-sodium versions at the store. Cottage cheese might not be flashy, but it's effective. Think of it like a quiet partner, working behind the scenes while you rest, helping you wake up ready to move, lift, and live with more strength each day. So there we have it, 4 simple soothing foods we can enjoy before bed to help our bodies repair and rebuild overnight.
Nos spécial diets.
No expensive supplements. Just small, thoughtful steps we can start tonight. Let's go over them one more time. A kiwi helps us fall asleep faster and supports muscle recovery. Our eggs give our bodies the protein and nutrients they need while we sleep. A pumpkin seeds relax our muscles and promote deeper rest. A cottage cheese offers steady overnight support for rebuilding strength. These aren't just snacks. They're our way of saying, we care about how we feel tomorrow. And the best part? We can start tonight. If you found these tips helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to Elderly Health. Every week we bring you easy, reliable ways to stay strong, feel better, and live well, because growing older should never mean growing weaker. Leave us a comment and tell us, which of these bedtime foods are you going to try first? We'd love to hear your story, and your experience might inspire someone else.
Take care of yourself.
Sleep well.
And when you wake up tomorrow, may you feel just a little stronger than you did today.